Hey, Rick McBride again, your property masters for 5 minutes of free time. Today, what I wanted to discuss was the closing costs to the seller. The seller has to pay their closing costs. The buyer has their closing costs. Most of the buyer's closing costs are lender type fees. So a cash buyer typically has to pay very little closing costs other than to the title company. But the seller has quite a few closing costs. To start out with, there's more to it than just the price that it sells for. That's the basis that we're going to start with, but you have to deduct, you have deductions, fees, and costs. What we prepare for you, or any agent that's listing your property should prepare for you, is called an estimate of proceeds. And that should basically start with the sale price, list all the deductions, and then at the bottom line, that's what you should walk away from the closing table with. The buyer's closing assistance is an optional fee that would be usually a percentage of the sale or a flat fee. So for instance, let's say someone offered you $300,000 but they wanted you to pay 3% of their closing costs. Then you would be paying $9,000 towards their closing costs. That would be a deduction to you in that particular case. The other thing is going to be, one other thing, you'll have obviously your mortgage payoff. Whatever you owe currently on the property will be deducted from the sale. That includes your mortgage, any prepayment penalties that you may have. That's rare, but some mortgages have them. Any second mortgage, or if you have any lines of credit, things like that. Whatever the terms of those loans are, they will be paid based on those terms. You will also have to pay doc stamps on the deed. Doc stamps are fees. It's basically a transfer tax collected by the state. They use it for various things. We can get into that at a later date. But your doc stamps are roughly, depending on the sale, anywhere from $700 to $1,500 or so. But they're based on the value that the property sells for. You'll have to pay to the title insurance company. You'll have to pay them a fee. You'll have to also get title insurance. Now, what title insurance does is it ensures that you're providing them with free and clear title. Of course, you think you're providing them with free and clear title, but what happens if someone makes a claim on the title a year from now? Do you really want to be involved in that? Of course not. So you go ahead and pay your insurance, title insurance, and that ensures that's paid to ensure to the buyer that you have free and clear title to convey. Other fees, the title company will charge a closing service fee. That's typically a one-time fee. Each one's different. That's negotiable with the title company. You can decide what you're going to pay them. Well, you can't decide what you're going to pay them, but you can negotiate between the two of you what you will actually pay them. The way that title companies get paid is that fee plus a commission on the title insurance, and that's all the money they make. The other thing that you'll need is a couple more small fees is a search fee. Search fee will make sure they'll do it right before you close. It'll make sure there's no municipal liens on the property, such as trash, water, things like that. Make sure that you've paid all your bills, your electric, that type of thing. Also, you will have to pay some recording fees, and this is basically the cost to record the deed in the county, and then you will have transferred the property. Most of the recording fees go to the buyer because they're having to record them and promissory note and all that. You do have to pay to record the deed. Of course, you'll have to pay commissions to the agents that sell. Your commission is paid to the listing broker, and then he typically shares that with the selling broker, the one who brings the buyer. And if you live in an HOA or in a condo, you will have an estoppel fee. The estoppel fee basically is a fee you pay to your property manager the property manager of the HOA or the condo association to write a letter that says your balance at this closing date will be X, whatever it is. It's paid up. It's usually not anything. If you're behind on your fees, then there's usually more. It's a little more expensive. There is often a transaction fee paid to the office of the listing broker. And then there's if you are providing a home warranty, then you would pay that fee as well. That, of course, is optional and negotiable. And you will do prorated payments will be your taxes. So taxes are paid in arrears. So if you've lived there for 6 months, then you have to pay 6 months of taxes to the buyer because they're going to owe the whole balance for the whole year at the end of the year. And then trash is the opposite. Trash you pay in advance, so they will go ahead and credit you trash, at least in Volusia County, that's how it works. Another thing that you might have to pay if you have any type of special assessment going on in your neighborhood or on your street, that will need to be paid per the contract, either the payment prorated to that point or the balance due, but that's negotiated as well with the buyer. And then if there's any, of course, closing assistance to the buyer. If you have any questions, if you'd like us to prepare you an estimate of proceeds, you're thinking about listing your property or business, we can prepare you an estimate of proceeds, no problem, no fee, free of charge. Come by, take a look at your house, let you know how much you'll put in your pocket. Maybe you're thinking of upsizing or downsizing. Either way, we can let you know what we feel that you'll get for the property and then what you'll put in your pocket. Call or text us at 386-866-1007. Again, your Property Masters. I'm Rick McBride. 386-866-1007.